guys, so I just came from doing my live on my Facebook. So I have a new Facebook. I'm not sure if the new link is in my bio, but I will correct that if it's not. The old Facebook got hacked. So I'm very careful about who I add. So if I don't add you right away, it's probably because we don't have mutual friends. And it's nothing against you, but I am doing my best to keep up with everything and rebuild my Facebook because I just lost memories from the past like 13 years. It sucks. Anyways, I bought a whole bunch of new products recently. You'll see on my hand, I have 3 different MAC products. On the top is the lip glass, and I put it on top of the other 2 lipsticks, and it really is very pretty. It's very sticky. So if you're not a fan of the stick, I understand. I'm gonna see how long this lasts. There's no primer or anything. I haven't moisturized. Like, we're coming at you raw today. So that being said, y'all know I'm a paralegal student, and legally I cannot give legal advice, especially once I am certified as a paralegal. Okay. What I can do is try to explain things within the law to you the best of my ability. We can learn together. And so we're going to, because we do that with all sorts of mental health. Now, something that's been trending all over social media is the hashtag Free Britney. First of all, she's free. Let me just say that she is her own adult, which what people are not understanding is that she has a conservatorship because of her mental breakdown back in 2007, where she shaved her fucking head bald, amongst a slew of other things. So she has a conservatorship. Let's talk about that, because that is a real thing, and it's something I'm studying, because one of my classes at El Camino College is called Law 18, Wills, Trusts, and Estates. One of the many aspects of this is a conservatorship. So today, while doing my face, we are going to talk about what the fuck is a conservatorship. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and get crack-a-lacking with this. All right, sure. Okay. So literally the first thing that comes up when I type it into Google is the hashtag Free Britney. What I typed had nothing to do with Britney Spears legally. All I typed is, what is a conservatorship? Okay. So let's get to it, shall we? As you know, I make everything big, and I drop all of the links in the description box of the video. So if you want to read more about something on your own, you're more than welcome to. I do give credit where it's due to the best of my ability. All right. Grabbing a few things so we can actually do this makeup a little bit. And we're gonna get cracking. All right. So according to smartasset.com, that is a conservatorship. A conservatorship. Okay, I'm having a really bad breakout, guys. So I've been eating a lot of candy. So, okay. According to smartasset.com, a conservatorship is, and they wrote this article in March of this year, March 10th. So that's only a few days ago. All right. A conservatorship is a way for someone to assume legal guardianship over an adult. Families often use conservatorship to help deal with mounting medical, financial, and mental health needs of a parent. The status of a conservatorship is dependent upon the capacity of an individual to make decisions on their own. Okay, so let me explain the term capacity, because it is not the amount of people or things that can fit in a room. When you go to a restaurant or you go to a store, it says max capacity of like 95 people, okay? This has nothing to do with the amount of shit you can fit in a space. This has to do with your mental legal capacity. So when you're entering into a contract, you must have mental and legal capacity. What does that mean? Legal capacity is an age thing. In the state of California, in order for you to be legally considered an adult, you must be 18 years of age. That is simply a number and your birthday. So if you have made it around the sun 18 times, congratulations, you are legally an adult. Does that mean that mentally you're an adult? Not necessarily. There are lots of people with mental disabilities that can make full decisions for themselves. They have the full capacity, meaning they can think, they have critical thinking skills, and everything else you would expect of a standard adult by medical standards. Okay, there are also people in that community that can't. They, no matter what they do, they cannot make their own decisions because they lack the capacity, which means they lack basic understanding and critical thinking and reasoning skills to think as an adult on their own for themselves without putting themselves in danger, at risk, and other things. Does that mean they can't think for themselves? No. But here's an example of something that would not be wise. There are people with different mental disabilities that can't handle, they can handle most things, but let's say they can't handle money. That's their thing they can't handle, okay? I am not knocking anyone with a mental disability in any way or shape or form in this video. Let me just put that up there. When you have, let's say you have $500 to spend. Most adults, even though it might be considered fun money, if you've been struggling, you're gonna put up money towards bills first. Bills and things that need to get done, like groceries, laundry, rent, food. Maybe you'll buy a nicer meal. That'll be like your treat with your fun money, but you still have to pay those bills. And you understand that. Someone with different kinds of mental disabilities may not understand that concept. So instead of putting any of it towards bills, they're going to go buy a new Xbox. That's an example. Or they're easily gullible. So there's a lot of scammers and spammers out there who would take advantage of knowing, hey, this person's not all there in the head. Let's make some sob story that they will believe. And they'll give us all their money. And chances are with those spammers and scammers, they're not going to stop with that $500. They're going to somehow get all of their financial information and use that and steal their money, like all of their money. That person lacks the capacity to make decisions for themselves financially because they can't think it through for themselves to make the correct decision. That is just one example. So that is capacity. It is the knowledge and understanding of whatever the situation is. It's all up here. Okay, it has nothing to do with fitting things into a box or a room. Okay, so this is what it does, is it says this person cannot think for themselves because of whatever reason, and we need to make the decisions for them in order to keep them safe and their finances or whatever it is. There's lots of different kinds of conservatorships. So according to MatthewTalbot.com, they are a financial-based blog. A conservatorship is necessary for those individuals who have neither power of attorney or healthcare directive and have lost the ability to make informed decisions and or care for themselves. A conservatorship may also be necessary for other reasons, such as invalid or fraudulent power of attorney document. So this is the part right here that I want you to concentrate on. This is capacity. The word capacity, lost the ability to make informed decisions and or care for themselves. This is a very condensed version of what is capacity and what is lacking in order for a conservatorship to be considered a valid option for an adult. Okay. So apparently there are multiple powers of conservatorship. Let's take a look. Okay. So we are going to go to meyerfirm.com. Okay, meyerfirm.com. They are a law firm that specializes in wills, trusts, and estates. So asset protection, special needs. Special needs. Let me talk about that term real quick, because that is exactly who conservatorships are designed for, are people with special needs. It could be temporary, it could be permanent, but that is who they are designed for. How it came to be. Okay. I'm not going to read the whole article because we don't have that kind of time. But let's talk about what this is. What we came here for was to know that there are several powers, what they said, 7 powers of a conservatorship. Okay, so here they are listed. It says here are several powers a court may grant, meaning that it's not guaranteed, but this is what they may grant parents over their young adult child or adult child with a disability. Okay, so these are 7. There's possibly more, and there's more to each story. So don't take the bullet point at face value, because there's always more. There's always more to learn. We are right now just scratching the surface of conservatorships. Okay. So one of the powers they can grant an adult to be over another adult, have this conservatorship, is to fix the residence or specific dwelling of the young adult child. This allows them to make sure, for example, that this adult does not become homeless. Make sure that they are in a safe living environment, that they shouldn't be living with people who will purposely take advantage of that disability in a negative way. So making sure they live somewhere safe and good and clean, to keep up with what their needs are. Also, it could mean if the person has a physical disability, making sure that where they live and their environment in that space is adaptive to their physical needs as well. Number 2 is to have access to the confidential records and papers of the young adult child. This could include medical documents that are protected by HIPAA. This could include legal documents, like if they're part of a suit. This also can help them make decisions as far as medications for this person. Making sure this person stays alive and well on a legal capacity. Control the right of the young child's right to enter into contracts. So, I talked about contracts earlier. Something like a car loan is a contract. When you sign a document, any fucking document, technically you've entered into a contract. What the terms of that document say will determine the type of contract that you're entering. But even something as simple as filling out an employment application, when you sign your name at the bottom, you are stating that everything you have put in the application above or any attached documents are true to you and not fraudulent to your knowledge. So technically you can get fined and possibly thrown in jail for falsifying your records on an employment application. Do most employers hold people to this? No. No, they do not. Can they? It is their legal right to do so. Yes, it is their legal right to throw you in jail or a fee if you lie on their application. I would say don't do it. Just tell the truth. A lot of places will work with you. And I know that's easier said than done. Some of us have a past we may not want to tell employers about. But don't hide it. It always comes back to bite you in the ass. Just saying. Okay. Number 3. By the way, employment is a contract. Always get a copy of your application and anything that you have attached to it. Also, anything that you signed by law, you have the right to ask for a physical copy of the document, a photocopy that is unaltered, as long as it's your signature. So if you sign something, get a fucking copy. It's always worth it. Okay? Okay. Number 4. Give or withhold medical consent regarding the young child. So this is also for adults. You can, there's many times when you have to make medical decisions for the other person. They may or may not be capable of making for themselves. So this allows you to do those things. A person that doesn't lack the capacity may say okay to surgery that's not necessary and will actually harm them more than help them. Same with agreeing to take a medication or really anything. If they lack the capacity to make decisions, this is really important in order for them to stay alive and well. Okay. Number 5, make decisions regarding education. So whether they go to college, if they go to college, what types of services they may or may not need help with largely comes from things like this. So I know I get help with my ADHD from school. I have the full capacity to enter into contracts on my own, so I'm very blessed in that sense. Not everyone is so blessed. Okay? Not everyone can enter into contracts and know what the fuck they're signing. This is really important. Also, if they want to declare a major or enter in any clubs. They may often get bamboozled into doing things they don't want to do, even in the educational aspect of things, which is not okay. So this is really important. Number 6, consent or withhold consent to marriage. Okay, again, lots of scammers. You can get bamboozled. There are people who will use you to get a green card. They will use you for money. They will say that they love you because they know you have a huge trust, and if you get married to them, they get access to that trust. There's lots of things that I don't understand because I'm not that kind of person. But there's lots of evil in the world. So if your family member lacks capacity and this is a concern of yours, you may want to specifically ask or talk to an attorney about it, because this is all done by the court. And the last one is to control the young adult child's social and sexual relationships. However, courts are reluctant to grant this power. I can see why. I can understand why courts are very, very reluctant for that power. I get and appreciate it. No one should tell you who you can like and who you can't like, what you can't like. This is a version of control. If you're someone who is easily manipulated or lacking capacity, lacking the ability to make your own decisions, this could be a thing. It's very negative. There's really no positive spin. It can protect them from people who want to be in a relationship with them for the wrong reasons. But it can also really hurt them. It can tell them that, they don't even know who they like, and they do. This one is a hard one. It's really a hard one. And I can understand why. Okay, I really, really can. Okay. We're not going to talk more about Free Britney. We're just not. Okay, so according to a peopleschoice.com, you can, the question here is, can you file for conservatorship without a lawyer? If you do want to try to file a conservatorship without any professional help, you should contact your local court. Yes, anytime you have questions, you don't want to contact a lawyer for whatever reason, and it's a very important legal matter, courts can help you. I don't know how they're doing certain things right now because of COVID, but you can still call them. Okay. In general, you need the following forms, and it goes ahead to list the forms. One of the first ones is a petition for appointment of probate conservator and a notice of hearing of guardianship or conservatorship. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes and be right back. But while I do that, here's some food for thought. Okay, I am going to pause the recording. And I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. I have done most of my eye. Not the full thing yet, but we're getting there. I just tried the e.l.f. palette, Bite Size Eyeshadow in Berry Bad. Holy fuck, these pigments. For pictures on the completed look, please always check my Insta and my Facebook. I am on Facebook more than Insta, so if you are trying to get a hold of me, I would recommend going through Facebook Messenger first. So we're going to go back to screen sharing, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at two more little, no, not so little, but little concepts, all right? We are still talking about conservatorship. Okay, so, and again, I will put all of these links in the description box below. So if you have any questions, go ahead and click on the links and you can read the full articles for yourself. So this is from A People's Choice again. And this question is power of attorney and conservatorship the same thing? The simple answer is no, but it does, they kind of do relate to each other. So when comparing the difference between power of attorney, also called POA, between POA and conservatorship, keep in mind that a person creates power of attorney before a person is incapacitated. So if they don't have the mental things to have capacity to enter a contract, they cannot create power of attorney. So, for example, if you're dealing with an elderly person and they get diagnosed with Alzheimer's or dementia, depending on how far along in the diagnosis they are, they may or may not be deemed able to make their own decisions. So they often have to create power of attorney much earlier on in life. So they create a power of attorney. There are different kinds of power of attorneys. Bear that in mind. They specifically should have one for their medical needs. And we can talk more about that in another video if you'd like. Please drop it in the comments or PM me. I'm trying to shorten this video, guys, because I'm losing my voice for some reason. I can't figure it out. So, excuse me while I try to save what little voice I have. So if your elderly family friend or member has the later stages of dementia or Alzheimer's, and I'm bringing these up because these are two of the most common mental and memory things that will incapacitate an older person. They are not the only things, but these are the ones that are most common and most people know about and worry about their loved ones getting. Okay, and there's a difference between the two. We'll talk about that in another video. But basically, if they have those two, they can no longer create powers of attorney in the later stages. They can only possibly have a conservatorship. In contrast, to continue with this, a conservatorship is formed after a person is no longer able to completely make critical financial decisions. They need to add and medical decisions and or on their own. So power of attorney is done by the person who wants someone else to make their decisions for them, while they still have the capacity, the mental things to enter into a legally binding contract on their own. They say, this person can do this for me when I'm no longer able under these circumstances. All of that is dictated in the power of attorney contract. Conservatorship is done solely under and after the person is no longer able to make those contracts and decisions for themselves. So are they similar? Yes, the functions are similar, but they are not the same, because once someone gets a conservatorship over them, that means that they can no longer make decisions for themselves. That's it. And the terms of the conservatorship will say what decisions they can no longer make for themselves. Okay, so the next question, by the way, I just got this mascara. It is Essence Lash Princess, the False Lash Effect. I need to show you guys, and you'll see it in my Instagram and my Facebook, possibly even TikTok. Like, I'm not wearing falsies, and it literally legit looks like I am. I got this off of Amazon, so the link will be in the description box. But this is the best mascara for lash lengthening that I have ever purchased in my whole life. I've bought a lot of mascaras. This literally looks like I'm wearing falsies. Holy shit. Okay, moving on. The second question I went ahead and looked up is, what deems a person incompetent? This is by encyclopedia.com. They are not a legal entity. They are an encyclopedia. They are a series of books with definitions and things like that. Encyclopedias can be found in the reference section of any library. Okay. A person is deemed to be incompetent when they no longer display the ability to make decisions that are in their own best interest. While you cannot have someone declared incompetent because they make decisions you do not agree with, a person can be declared incompetent if they appear to be living in their own reality. Again, just because you don't like something someone chooses does not make them crazy or incompetent. It just means you don't like it. And you don't have to. Giving all of their life possessions to someone they don't know on the internet, that would definitely cause question and pause in my book. Can they be declared incompetent for it? Probably not if that's the only stupid thing they've ever done. Usually you have to prove these things over a period of time. I don't know what that length of time is, but there also has to be multiple things of that nature that are out of character, and I forget what the other term is. But basically, it can't just be one thing that was done once and that declares them as incompetent. So, good Lord. They are not one and the same. And again, if you want more videos on things to do with capacity and the legal ability to make decisions, please let me know. I'm always happy to make a video based on viewer choice. I haven't done too many, but I will if you want me to. It reminds me of that stupid TikTok saying, I can take you back. So, wow, my voice is really going, and I'm taking allergy medication every day. So I don't understand what the fuck is going on with me today. But this is basically the completed look. This is a very basic, very surface and basic video on conservatorship, which was prompted with the hashtag Free Britney. If you want to know more about that hashtag, I suggest you Google the hashtag. Britney Spears is legally an adult. She has a conservatorship over her financial decisions, and her father is her conservator. If you again want more information as to why she has a conservatorship and what that means specifically for her, please look it up. If you want me to talk more about it, I will make a video about it. This was just not that video. It was prompted by that hashtag. All right, so again, completed look. Y'all, these lashes are so long. And there you go, kind of see it. If you would like a full list of products I have used today, I will go ahead and put that in the description if you want. If not, I mean, I'm not going to offhand, but I will put the link for this mascara because holy fuck. It is like I'm wearing falsies. I don't know how they do these eye commercials, but anyways, I'm very impressed with this mascara. Okay, that is a conservatorship. Well, the basic gist of it, and this is my completed look. If you have anything you would like me to address, please go ahead and drop it in the comments below or send me a private message. Again, links are in bio. My Instagram and TikTok are still correct, so if you can't get a hold of me on Facebook because I haven't changed the link yet, please look for me on my other social medias. I am on all of them every day. Other than that, stay safe, stay beautiful, and it's okay not to be okay. Till next time.